Okay, I just have to turn a little bit. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done any kind of video telling you a bit more. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. Camera willing. Okay, and I've got it horizontally because eventually I do want to, here we go, well, good enough. Eventually I do want to put in pictures to show you what I'm talking about. And first of all, I don't rehearse this. I don't have bullet points. I've tried that before, and then I'm always looking at it. It's very distracting. I know I want to come on. I know I want to talk about stuff. It's usually prompted by conversations with people one way or another, where I get, I get information out and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I've never really shared this with you guys. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. All right. So this started for me, of course, by seeing my dragon in 2019, February. But then it evolved by 2020 of fall. I was seeing and naming, and you can look back in my research, GCA, Comet Cluster, Comet system. I was seeing a comet cloud system. It was orbiting, it had functions. I've said this for years. It's doing something up there and it is alive. Okay, you all know what I've since determined it to be, and I will get that. So basically what I saw is from these clouds being ejected was a projectile. Very fast. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. But you see the trail it leaves, and that trail leaves a very big trail, and then that trail forms into something. The trail is actually a way to reform itself into this dragon-like, snake-like thing that then forms this way and then forms that way. And we've seen all the different formations of the same thing. Okay, so, I was naming it this. I was naming it androgyne. Androgyne is the same thing when you're seeing both the heads on each side. Lilith is when you can see her profile and her hair either up or trailing in the back. As a ponytail, the baby core we're seeing stages of the same thing when it's released before it forms. I named all these different things thinking they were different parts, but then I started saying, okay, well, there's my dragon and Lilith. Well, Lilith kind of looks like my dragon, and there's my dragon and Lilith. How can it be? And then it was all this projection. Is it a projection? No, it's a replication. So anyway, comet cloud systems. It shoots out a comet. When you really zoom in, it's not a plane. It's, I hate to tell you this, it's very rock-like, and it's very dinosaur-like. When you really zoom in, it's got two eyes, a snout. It's the same thing we're seeing. It's just little projectiles. So then that's why I call chemtrails a psyops within a psyops, because then you've got these, and I don't even think they're letting off chems. I think it's high heat exhaust planes that come up there. They leave a trail. It doesn't stay like the system, like the projectiles. Number one, psyops, it mucks it up so you can't really see. B, and the biggest part of the psyops is it diverts you. It takes people on a far left and they get into these chemtrails and being poisoned. No, you're not. You are not being poisoned. You are fine. You might be being poisoned. Poison is more like, yeah, you might have a little something, but you mix it with the carcinogen and that poisons you. That creates cancer. These hand sanitizers we're using, I am the worst about it because I deal with money all day. That's ethopropanol alcohol. I can't remember the name of it. I did a video on it back in 2021. Anyway, because what that video was is I slowed down I Pet Goat, the music, and it kept saying I didn't. I lie. I found a video of a guy who slowed down and the I Pet Goat music, and it kept saying ethylpropylene alcohol, call 911. So it freaked me out. So I did a video on it, and I tried to get the word out. Same with mercury. Mercury is what makes TVs work. which is, another black mirror, another black scrying. This phone I'm doing this video on right now is a scrying mirror. Did a video of that in 2023. We are being spelled by Hollywood. Being, what the wands are made out of. We are totally being spelled. We're being misled. And chemtrails, oh my God, chemtrails. Yeah, planes do leave exhaust. That's not what we're talking about. This system leaves exhaust that turns into something that gets big. Anyway, it reacts in different ways for different things. So that's why I call chemtrails the psyops within a psyops. You have to be careful who you follow. It's very distracting. I think a lot of us on here liked Naughty Beaver, and we started following that Gosha chick. That Palladians, all that info she was giving you, she was the first to tap into AI. She was giving you straight up AI, saying it very slow. So it was hypnotic. It set in. It molded people. It changed people. And shame, 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 shame. But anyway, that was AI. That was the first touch of AI. Nobody knew about it, so they didn't know how to catch it. Where's she? She has to be getting this information from aliens. Nope. AI. Very smart girl. Shrewdly so. Let's see what else. Other psyops that people get into. Oh, the sun used to be yellow when we were kids. It's now white. People, the sun is white. It's white because it's every color of the rainbow, and there's no air up there for the color to bounce off of. So it's white. It's white. Why it appears yellow, orange, I have no idea. The atmosphere we're looking through, maybe back in our day or for 50 years, we were going through a stage of the rainbow, we were seeing yellow. I don't know, but this is why we see red, because the infrared can get in only at sunset. That's why we see this beautiful red. So, but there is going-ons up there, and what I have determined is there is always plasma coming off the sun. Plasma. Always plasma. That plasma has come down and settled in our atmosphere. Maybe it's trapped, maybe it's not. It's thriving, it's alive, it is our atmosphere. That's why I showed that Take Shelter movie with them showing Lilith. Lilith is a big storm. Lilith can touch down at any moment. Lilith can do a lot of destruction. Lilith is what we called the whip. That's her ponytail. That's her hairdo. Touches down as a tornado. When you see her, you probably need to take shelter if she's looking pretty wicked. Why does it tear up the earth? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is parasitic in a form. Maybe we are all parasitic in a form. I've learned that language is parasitic because, I try and explain to you what I consider to be God's work. It's so perfect. What I'm seeing up there, squares, spheres, it's like the golden ratio. It's perfect. Everything on this earth is perfect because of God. It couldn't be of any other thing. God made this all possible. So, when I'm seeing this, and now I forgot my train of thought. Oh, I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I totally lost it. Anyway, is anybody in chat tell me what the hell I was talking about? Anyway, golly gosh, I cannot remember. It totally escaped me. I got sidetracked with God and the golden ratio. But I'm lost. I totally lost it. Maybe I'll make another video, putting it together, because I do want to put in footage, footage of where I can show you that these comets are shooting off this cloud. It's not behind it. It's not under it. I know we're on a ball and it's optics. It's coming out of it. They're shooting out of it. And these chevrons I see are the angles I'm telling you about, the golden ratio, the angles. They are making life up there. I don't understand it. And we could be parasitic ourselves. You know what? Now I think about it. I don't even have my glasses to read you guys. Oh my goodness, Lilith. Yeah. Lilith the whip touching down, being our weather. And it's going to be our weather, and it's going to have a time where it's worse. Oh, I was telling you about the plasma coming off the sun. plasma. It, you know, it could be, it could be, it, it, and I think the reason that it's not coming down on us is it's connected to the sun. It's magnetically connected, or, you know, it's a form of gravity. Magnetically is connected to the sun, not us. So that's why it doesn't. That's why we stay here. That's why we have so much trouble going anywhere. And that moon landing, that picture I put, it looked just like on the back of the moon. It looked just like my dragon. It looked like a zygote to me. It looked like an egg with a baby dragon in the middle. I know that's crazy. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy, but that's what I see, and that's what I try and bring out in pictures. Well, I got to be somewhere in half an hour. I know I got off track. I did have another point I wanted to make. Sorry about that. It happens. Let me see. Let me see if I can find some glasses. Hang on. So I can see what you guys are saying. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See if it'll let me. Messages. All messages. Okay. And as far as Hush Puppy goes in the system, we started naming parts. We started putting the pieces together. We started seeing different parts. It was a learning process. And, you know, maybe he is onto some things. Maybe the people that follow him are onto some things. But I think it's all just a part of what's going up there. We're just seeing the workings of it in through different perspectives. And but I think we're all seeing the same thing. As far as Nibiru goes, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I have no idea if it's coming, going, came, gone. This is the effects of Nibiru. It could be. I mean, a cometoid system landing and being our atmosphere could be a you know, a preempt to it. I don't know. But I think it's always been here. I think it's formed everything. I think it's always been a part of us, and I think it is a part of us. I mean, we kind of resemble it. It kind of resembles us. All right, guys, you have a great day. Talk to you later.